Раді вас всіх бачити.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to listen to the information on the last 24 hours to be delivered by Colonel Andriy Lysenko, the ATO speaker. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The situation in ATO area remains tense but under control of the Ukrainian troops. In the last 24 hours, the enemy used both small arms and heavy weaponry. In particular, the militants shelled our positions 17 times from 120mm mortars and once by 122mm cannons in the region of Zaitsev, Donetsk. The hottest spots are still Donetsk airport and Horlivka suburbs. The militants focused their attacks on Avdiivka, Piskel, Pitny and Vodyana. Besides that, in the vicinities of Mariinka and Putilivska mine, the militants attempted to assault our lines, but Ukrainian troops retaliated the invaders and finished the confrontation without losses. In Mariupol vicinity, the enemy attacked again the National Guard and Ukrainian Army lines near Shirokine. At the same time, the militants continue to interfere with international monitors' activity in this segment of confrontation line. For instance, DPR militants refused the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission representatives to access the eastern part of Shirokine. The monitors also reported that the patrol was used as a human shield by the militants to get to their formations. Due to this bold violation on the peace agreements, the monitors face more and more danger. In Lugansk vicinities, the militants have been most active near Shasta and Sukilniki. In the last 24 hours, we observed 10 enemy drones in Donetsk region. In the last 24 hours, 1 Ukrainian soldier was killed in action and 2 got wounded. The militants continue the aggressive propaganda campaign on temporarily occupied territories. The members of so-called DPR planned their military parade in Donetsk on May 9th, despite the OSCE protests. And invaders plan to spread Russian propaganda through Second World War veterans. Also, the decision to get the material to the city is a bold violation of the OSCE positions and peace agreements, and it's contrary to historical memory of the Ukrainians who defended their land against the invaders. The Ukrainian border guards detain the separatists in Luganshina on Prosane checkpoint. The border guard detained a Ukrainian citizen when checking the documents of the passengers and the bus moving from Severodonetsk to Pskov, and now the detainee is transferred to law enforcers. The SSU stopped the activities of the data center involved in the funding of Russian proxies and used to send the mails supporting the gangs funding and separatist support in Kharkiv region. The SSU identified 2 persons who managed the electronic payment system transactions and transferred funds to cash, and now they try to detain them. The Ukrainian volunteers assist the troops in the material recovery. The volunteers from Lviv region have transferred to our commander the armored vehicle damaged in ATO area, and now it's repaired and needs only to install weapon to move again to the front lines. And it's the fourth vehicle already recovered and transferred to Ukrainian troops by the volunteers. The military civilian cooperation officers delivered to the frontline troops the volunteers' assistance. Now the servicemen have got binoculars, children paintings, and some items provided by the pupils from Transcarpathian region schools. The ATO soldiers rotation is going on. In ATO area, 50 soldiers from Ternopil Special Battalion have got home from ATO. They defended the Ukrainian inseparability for a month, supporting the law and order, serving their duty at the block posts and guarding the strategic sites. They also supported the civilians and assisted in crimes investigation. They got home without any losses. The Ukrainian servicemen demonstrate bravery and vigor on duty. In Dnipropetrovsk region on 23rd April, when serving their duty on the block post, the servicemen of the individual communication brigade prevented taking out the ammunition stolen on the base. Yuri Pobieda and Salim Gassanov were on duty checking the military camp entrance and exit passes. They stopped a car trying to get out from the base and asked the driver for pass. He refused, and he was apparently nervous. One of the passengers tried to pull out a knife. The soldier asked the driver to get out of the car and open the rear compartment. However, all the passengers got out of the car, and our servicemen aimed them from the submachine guns to check the rear compartment. They found out that the violators tried to take out many cartridges for 5.45 Kalashnikov submachine gun. They asked the criminals to lay down and called the staff, and in 20 minutes the law enforcers found out that the violators tried to take out more than 3,000 cartridges for the vigor. The servicemen have been awarded certificates of appreciation and a corporal rank of before the time. Thank you, and now I'm open for questions. There is no questions. Thank you, Colonel, and we are looking forward to see you here again tomorrow at 12:30. Thank you.